You might think you know Liverpool's wartime story, but there's a part of that history that's been deliberately hidden for decades. And related to that is a secret file named HO213926. And what that file contains is hugely relevant to debates that are raging here in this city and elsewhere in England today. So here's the context. During the Second World War, thousands of Chinese merchant seamen worked out of this city, Liverpool. They crewed British ships on some of the most dangerous routes in the world. In many ways, their hard work kept this country fed and fueled while U-boats were sinking ships in the Atlantic. They did their jobs, they survived the war, and then almost overnight they started to disappear. After 1945, the British government decided quietly it no longer wanted these men here in the UK. Not because they'd committed crimes, the vast majority hadn't, but because officials labelled them as undesirable, quite literally. That was the name of the secret Home Office file HO213926, compulsory repatriation of undesirable Chinese seamen. A secret policy was put in place. Immigration officers and police worked together to force these Chinese seamen onto ships and back to China. Paperwork was altered. Legal protections were bypassed. Many men were taken with little warning at all, and many of them had settled here. They had British wives, British children, families who woke up one day to find their husbands and fathers gone. For years, sometimes entire lifetimes, those families believed they'd been abandoned by these men. They were never told the truth that their husbands, their fathers, had been forcibly deported by the state they'd served in wartime. This wasn't a mistake. It was organised and it stayed buried for generations. Only with the declassification of HO213926 and investigations since has the real truth been discovered. And it raises a question that still matters today. How do we treat the people who come here to work, to serve, to build a life? If I'm entirely honest, I find myself in a paradoxical position. At a macro scale, I'm really against mass immigration. But at a micro individual level, when you're talking about people like these Chinese seamen, I find myself on the other side of the debate. It's a contradiction that I'm not sure how to resolve. So what do you think? What lessons can we learn from the mistakes made here and elsewhere in England in the past? Liverpool remembers its war and maritime past with pride. But this story, with its repercussions still being felt, is one the British government has only just begun in the last few decades to confront. Let us know what you think in the comments below.